You did. See, you were doing good right here, and then you lost your way. So you got to take those stitches out. Good job. Yep. Dip here, and it's high there, so you should be okay. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen and this is Jen Restyle Fashion. I teach beginner sewing classes right here in Chicago. Today, I'm bringing you into one of my in-person classes. This is class number 4 of our How to Sew series. We are starting an origami-inspired tote bag. But before we get started, it's important that we practice a very important technique. The edge stitch. If you're watching from home, this is the perfect time to grab a scrap of fabric and follow along. I'll walk you through how to practice edge stitching and how we prepare the fabric. You can come on in. We'll make this super cute triangle fold tote bag by just 1 yard of fabric. Edge stitching runs very close to the edge of the fabric. It gives your seams a nice, clean finish, like what you'd see in ready-to-wear clothing. Typically, we stitch about 1/8 an inch from the edge. Here's how we practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an edge stitch on both sides all the way down. The guide that you're going to use, all right, if you look at the foot, there's some indentations right here on top. Those are additional measurements. Okay, so there's an indentation right in the center. That's where the needle lands. What you're going to do is line your fabric up with the mark that's on like next to that. That's about 1/8 of an inch away. So if you line this folded edge up with that line, then the needle is going to land at the 1/8 of an inch. All right, so now there's my middle. I'm moving this over, okay? And then I'm going to lower my foot. I'm going to start a little bit ways in because what do we have to do first? There you go. You got it. Okay, so this machine back stitches on its own, so I don't even have to press the foot. So that's 3 stitches back, okay? And now we're coming forward. And I'm gonna put this on the really slow. I don't know if you guys' machines have a slow stitch, but this one has a slow stitch and a fast stitch right here on the front. So if anybody buys this, just know if you need to sew really slow, you can slow it down. All right, and so we are going to, and we are just following, making sure that this fold stays right there on that line. Now the machine is pulling the fabric through. Okay, so we just keep going. Just keep going. You should be, you can put it on slow. Yeah, because otherwise this is how fast it goes. Yeah. Right, this is medium and this is slow. So just take your time. And all I'm doing, you see, I'm not pulling, I'm not doing anything. And I know I'm making this look easier than it is. And I know that it is not easy. It is not easy. But I'm only guiding from the, I guess this is the back. I'm guiding it from the back. All right. And if I get off, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. But I'm doing that from here. Not from back here. I'm not trying to pull it over because you won't get it to move from the back. You have to move it from what's being fed into the machine. Okay. Now we're coming up on the end. And what I'm going to do is get to the end and I'm going to back stitch 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to forward stitch. And then I'm going to bring my needle up, lift up the foot, pull this out, cut the thread, and that is an edge stitch. Okay?
Oh, it looks perfect.
Wow.
I wonder what mine looks like.
Take a scrap of fabric, fold it over, press it first, and then fold it over. This will give you a chance to learn how you keep your stitches straight and neat. Here is the demonstration in class on how to fold the fabric to practice the edge stitch. So the first thing we did was we folded over the edge of the fabric a 1/2 inch, pressed it down using steam. Then we folded it over one more time and pressed that down using steam. Now we have to prepare our fabric for the actual tote bag. All right, to start on the tote bag, you're going to need at least 1 yard of fabric. You're going to take that 1 yard of fabric and you're going to measure out a 30 by 30 inch square. I use my ruler, I use my table to help with my straight edges and measurements. Once you're done cutting your square 30 by 30 inches, you want to then begin to fold and press the edges. So all the way around the square, you're going to measure a 1/2 inch and you're going to fold it up. You can use pins if you like, or you can do it right at the sewing machine as we did it during the demonstration. The next step is to go over to your ironing board and begin to press down all of those sides all the way around. You're going to fold over and press and fold over and press. When you get to the corners, you will do the same thing. You will fold and press, fold over and press. Once you get the entire square folded over a 1/2 inch, then you're going to go back in and you're going to do the same fold, fold and press, fold and press. You can see here how I get that corner in there really nicely by folding and pressing. All right, you guys, so we have the 30 by 30 square. We have folded over twice. Our corners, we're going to leave like this until the next class. I want you to get a close-up of what they look like. Fold it over and then fold it over. Okay, that's what they're going to look like right now. And we're going to leave this until next week's class. All right, so now we are going to cut our 2 strips with our leftover fabric. So I'm just going to fold this over and I'm actually going to put a couple pins in the corner just to make sure that over this next week they lay down. But these are nice and clean. You can see, you don't even see the fold from the other side. That's how clean and sharp they should be. This creates a nice clean finish at the corners and makes the final bag look professionally made. And then I'm going to pull out my other fabric and I need to get 2 strips out of here that are 3 inches by 24 inches. I use the excess fabric and my ruler and I measure off 24 inches of length and 6 inches across. I'm just going to take this piece, fold it in half, and that way I'll get the 2 strips 24 inches long by 3 inches wide. This measurement is just as important as any other part of the measuring. You want this to be just right. So the way I got my 2 strips, I folded in half, pressed it, and then I cut in the ditch. Okay, so this is the end of week number 4. So you should have your 2 strips, 3 inches by 24 inches, and your 30 by 30 inch square folded and pressed and pinned to sit for the week. All right, we'll catch you back here next week and we'll close out the video. This is what the finished bag will look like. See how the corners fold and give the bag its origami-inspired shape? It's simple once you break it down. And we'll complete this in the next class. If you're following along at home, go ahead and finish pressing and edge stitching all sides of your square fabric, and you'll be ready to fold and stitch the bag together next time we have class. Alrighty, let's recap really quick. You learned what an edge stitch is. You practiced it on scrap fabric. You prepped your 30 by 30 square by folding, pressing your corners. In our next session, we will begin folding and stitching the bag into its origami shape. And I promise it's going to come together beautifully. Thanks so much for sewing along with me today. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up and share with a friend who's learning to sew. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. All right, you guys, bye.